Hey everyone, welcome to the Movie Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King Frickin' Kansas, here to bring you my last, I would say, official movie review on our YouTube channel, because tomorrow is going to be our podcast finale ever. Special guests, myself and two others are going to join me on set to kind of sign the king off into the sunset properly. So tune in tomorrow for that, for our last ever episode on the Movie Throne. This is my last official, I guess, solo movie review, if you want to call it. And what the hell the king decided to do? Decided to do it on a new movie that just came out in 2026. I think it's streaming on Primevideo. It stars Chris Hemsworth. It's a crime heist, drama, thriller, whatever you want to call it. It's called Crime 101. It's directed by Bart Layton, I can't even pronounce it right. It's about 2 hours and 20 minutes, 14A. Brief synopsis, guys, before I tell you exactly my thoughts on this. An elusive thief, played by Chris Hemsworth, eyeing his final score, encounters a disillusioned insurance broker at her own crossroads, played by Halle. As their paths intertwine, a relentless detective, played by Ruffalo, trails them, hoping to thwart their multi-million-dollar heist they are planning to go through with, guys. Cast, guys. Let me tell you some of the cast. Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan, Peter Banifaz, Halle Berry, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tate Donovan, Andra Nadrita, Corey Hawkins, Crosby Fitzgerald, Patrick Mulvey, Nick Nolte, Hanaku, I can't even pronounce half of these names, Monica Barbaro, and Paul Eldestein. That's some of the characters, guys. But the main ones are Halle Berry, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, and Barry Keoghan. You know, the guy who played at the end of the Joker that you've seen the post-credit scene on the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Anyways, guys, this one is basically Chris Hemsworth. He goes around, he kind of knocks off the rich people who are trying to, like, transport jewelry, whether it's diamonds or gold or something, and he kind of somehow has a way of finding out, with the help of Nick Nolte's character, how to steal them, basically. So it gets to the point that he kind of, like, something goes a little bit sideways and he doesn't trust Nick Nolte, but Nick Nolte, then, the scumbag that he is, decides to have him tracked and followed and then pull a double cross. So as he's planning for his biggest heist, he has Barry Keoghan's character, I think Orman his name is, with the motorcycle to follow where he goes and tracks him. And then he gets confronted at one point, but then he kind of backs off, but then he doesn't. He goes after the people who he's kind of associated with so he can find out what his final score. At the same time, you got Mark Ruffalo, who everybody's kind of shitting on him, that he's messing up the department, he's doing all these stupid things because he's delusional of trying to track Chris Hemsworth's character down and all that shit within the police department. He decides, you know what, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it and track this guy down. He comes across Halle Berry's character, who's a little bit in trouble. She kind of confesses to him what she's up to because, you know, they don't treat her right and all this crap where she's working. So she's conspiring with Chris Hemsworth's character. So they kind of like set up a plan to catch him. And that's when we get Tate Donovan and stuff during the last score that they get confronted. And this Barry Keoghan guy comes in, kind of like holding him hostage. And he was about to kill Mark Ruffalo's character. But then Chris ends up shooting him. And Chris is not the kind of guy who's violent. Never killed anybody during any of his heist scores, whatever you want to call it there. Very safe, very legit, and that happens. And then at the end, which is a good twist. I didn't expect this, guys, because it looks like he was going to go down. He got caught by Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo ends up, you know, closing his eyes, telling him, get the hell out of here. I'll take care of this. So he does so. So he ends up going into the sunset, leaves behind this girl, Monica Barbaro's character, Maya, who he kind of falls for, but he kind of leaves her an envelope near the end. I hope it's not too late, because he was so mysterious, he didn't want to show who the hell he is, which I don't blame him. When you're going here and there, you don't want no loose ends, right? There's a little picture in her mailroom thing in her office, and she kind of reads it, and she kind of goes to this, walks off kind of camera, and that's how I lose it with her. Mark Ruffalo ends up going to Halle Berry. He ends up keeping a stash of diamonds to kind of give her a new fresh start. He kind of gets lifted gift by Chris Hemsworth for letting him go free. He gives him an old classic Cutlass, I think it was, an old Oldsmobile, whatever the hell, muscle car. And that's kind of how it lands. He ends up going to Sunset. Everybody goes their own way, and that's pretty much how it ends. Will there be a sequel? I don't know. I feel there could be because it's open-ended enough to do so. Will the main actors and players come back? That's the thing. But for what it was, guys, on Prime Video, I didn't expect much from it, but I was still interested. Me personally, I think it was 2 hours, 20 minutes. It should have been 2 hours long, so about 20 minutes too long than it should have been. It could have been an hour and 45, an hour 50, and that's it. They didn't have to drag it on here and there, and it was unnecessary. They could have cut out a big chunk, and you'll still get what's going on between all the characters and where they sit with things, right, kind of thing. But everybody got, you know, a good break at the end kind of thing and a fresh new start. But, you know, when things go whatever, things start to get unraveled, and who knows where it's going to go from there. But all the actors brought it. It was okay action, not super over the top that kind of blows your mind away. You've seen a lot of whole other, like Gone in 60 Seconds and all that I can mention to you. Italian Job that were done much better. You know, should have this been in the theater? Yes, probably you could have. But I don't know how much the return will be. Especially, I don't know how much the budget was for this film. But for it to be on Amazon Prime, it's one of the winners. I would tell you guys, check it out and see what you guys think and come back in the comments section. But that's my official movie review on Crime 101 starring Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo, and Barry Keoghan. Check it out for yourselves. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for our podcast finale, TV, YouTube channel finale, whatever you want to call it. It's called The Final Review. Check that out. It's going to be an hour and 30 minutes. So you get, it's funny as hell, candid. I'm telling you, it's not scripted at all. It's just, you know, I have notes to kind of like guide us through the thing, but it goes off the rails, guys, and you guys can enjoy it. For it being the last ever episode on the Movie Throne, I think you're going to get a kick of it. Thank you for all the support, guys, of all the years and stuff, you know. But as for right now, King has to take some time off and just, you know, do some other things with life. 10 years or so on YouTube, as King Kansas, I think it's long enough. But anyways, tune in for that, for the official final sign-off from myself and my co-host. There's going to be 2 people on that show. So anyways, talk long enough. Enjoy this movie for yourselves. Go in the comments section. Check out our other ones. You got movies to last you every day of the year, moving forward to the rest of your lives. And you never know. I'll say never, but for now, King, he's done. So anyways, enjoy. I'll see you guys where? Right here on YouTube land.